The figure of Satan, a being often associated with evil, temptation, and the underworld, has captivated and horrified humanity for millennia. His image has morphed and shifted across cultures and throughout history, reflecting changing religious beliefs, philosophical interpretations, and cultural anxieties. From the early Jewish texts where Satan appears as an adversary in God's court, to the modern-day symbol of rebellion and defiance, Satan's story is a fascinating journey through the evolution of human understanding of good and evil. This exploration delves into the diverse portrayals of Satan, seeking to understand how this enigmatic figure has transitioned from a relatively minor character in early Jewish writings to a powerful symbol of evil in the modern world. We will journey through different religious and cultural landscapes, examining how the concept of Satan has been shaped and reshaped by the beliefs and values of those who tell his tale. By understanding the evolution of Satan, we gain a deeper understanding not only of religious history, but also of the human psyche itself. Satan's story forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of good and evil, the existence of free will, and the temptations that lurk within us all. Join me as we embark on this fascinating exploration of one of humanity's most enduring and enigmatic figures, Satan, the evolving icon of evil. To understand the evolution of Satan, we must first travel back to ancient Israel, where the concept originated. Contrary to the popular image of Satan as the embodiment of evil, in early Jewish texts he is depicted as a far more ambiguous figure. The Hebrew word Satan translates to adversary or accuser, a role that differed significantly from the later Christian interpretation. In the Hebrew Bible, Satan is not a fallen angel or a demonic entity ruling over a fiery underworld. Instead, he is portrayed as a member of God's divine court, a kind of prosecuting attorney tasked with testing the faith and obedience of humanity. A prime example of this can be found in the book of Job, where Satan challenges God's assertion that Job is a righteous man. With God's permission, Satan inflicts Job with suffering to test the limits of his faith. This portrayal of Satan as an adversary working within God's system suggests a more nuanced understanding of good and evil in early Jewish thought. Evil was not seen as a separate opposing force to God, but rather as an integral part of the divine order, a necessary element in testing and refining human faith. As Christianity emerged from its Jewish roots, the figure of Satan underwent a dramatic transformation. No longer a celestial prosecutor, Satan evolved into a fallen angel, the embodiment of pure evil, and the eternal adversary of God. This shift in perception was influenced by a confluence of factors, including the apocalyptic literature of the Second Temple period and the burgeoning dualistic worldview of early Christians. The Book of Revelation, a cornerstone of Christian apocalyptic literature, played a crucial role in cementing Satan's image as the ultimate enemy. Here, Satan is depicted as a terrifying dragon, the ancient serpent, who leads a rebellion against God and is ultimately cast down to earth. This imagery, coupled with the growing Christian emphasis on the cosmic battle between good and evil, solidified Satan's role as the arch-enemy of God and humanity. The influence of dualistic philosophies, particularly Zoroastrianism, also played a significant role in shaping the Christian view of Satan. Dualism, with its concept of two opposing forces, good and evil, locked in eternal conflict, resonated with early Christians grappling with the problem of evil in the world. In Islamic tradition, the figure most closely resembling Satan is Iblis, a powerful jinn, a supernatural creature with free will who refused to bow down to Adam at God's command. This act of defiance, stemming from Iblis's belief in his own superiority over humans, led to his expulsion from paradise. While sharing some similarities with the Christian Satan, Iblis's story differs in crucial aspects. Firstly, Iblis is not a fallen angel, but rather a jinn, a being created from smokeless fire, distinct from both angels and humans. Secondly, Iblis's downfall is not attributed to a rebellion against God, but rather to his pride and disobedience. Iblis, like Satan in Christian tradition, is a tempter, whispering doubts and desires into the hearts of humans, leading them astray from the path of righteousness. However, in Islam, Iblis's power is limited. He cannot force humans to do his bidding. He can only suggest and tempt. The concept of a malevolent entity tempting humanity away from righteousness is not unique to Abrahamic religions. Throughout history and across cultures, we find echoes of this archetype in various forms, often portrayed as trickster spirits, demons, or evil deities. In Norse mythology, Loki, the god of mischief and trickery, shares many similarities with the figure of Satan. Loki's actions often lead to chaos and destruction, and he is ultimately responsible for the death of Baldur, the god of light and beauty. Similarly, in Greek mythology, the story of Pandora's box, a tale of temptation and unleashed evils, echoes the theme of a malevolent force seeking to corrupt humanity. These examples demonstrate that the concept of an evil entity tempting humanity is a universal theme, reflecting a shared human experience of grappling with temptation, sin, and the problem of evil in the world.